Like I've been gagging Danny's mouth recently. This talk has been going on for like years now.
Okay.
DTSV and Jennie's recent dating rumors.
Oh, I have a lot to say about this.
Oh no, stop, please.
I'm serious. Fucking shut up. Welcome to YouTube's favorite K-pop show, DK News. Donald,
David,
lots and lots of
hot tea.
Okay, first off, Hyuna and Dawn are leaving PNation. Is PNation doomed? I don't know.
Who's left?
And second, we have Korean live streamers embarrassing themselves in India with weird dancing and revealing clothes.
And next we have a lot of news about BTS regarding Busan, military, BTSV and Jennie's hacking situation allegedly.
Kind of getting insane.
Yeah.
We made a special ad, do you remember? Called Yopokki. It's a very delicious Korean soul food brand.
Yummy tasting Yopokki, easy cooking Yopokki, holy moly Yopokki, Poki Poki Yopokki.
Yopokki, tasty Korean soul food in just 2 easy minutes. Available now on Naked Soul. Yopokki, tasty Korean soul food in just 2 easy minutes. Simple, chewy, and just so damn good. Available now on Naked Soul.
Tasty K-soul food, 2 easy minutes and you're all good. Just add some water on the powder and you'll be set. Just the smell of it makes my mouth all wet. Yopokki, Poki Poki Yopokki, Poki Poki Yopokki, it's Yopokki. Poki Poki Yopokki, Yopokki, yeah.
Yopokki, available now on Naked Soul.
So you can get Yopokki now on nakedsoul.kr. We're actually doing a limited time offer of buy one get one free, so that goes until September 15th. So click on the link down in the descriptions below and in the pinned comments and get your Yopokki right now. And on to the first news. Korean live streamers embarrass themselves in India. Oh boy.
What kind of random news is this?
It's very big news in Korea
really?
because on August 28th, 2 live streamers went live on Africa TV. Lots of shit goes down there. Showing themselves in India dancing sexy dances in public. They were wearing revealing outfits. I mean, they're like bra tops and stuff.
Yeah.
They were twerking and grabbing their boobs in front of a large crowd of Indian men. The men looked at them from the back, kind of uncomfortable looking at that whole scene, perhaps questioning what the heck these girls were doing. And these girls danced their weird dances like kwanjeptap dance and stuff like that as reactions to donations, and they were shaking their asses in front of men. I don't know if this is true. In Korea at least, India is known as a country that is quite dangerous to travel in, especially for women. There's a lot of horror stories that come up in the news in Korea about sexual assault on women in India, like tourists getting assaulted and stuff like that over the past few years. Naturally, netizens criticized and were also kind of concerned for the live streamers. They were like, these girls are, putting their lives at risk by doing this. So here are some comments.
These girls have gone mad. India is dangerous even for men, and you are doing a sexy dance with the bra top on. There are 1.4 billion people in India, meaning there's a higher chance of meeting criminals. There are a lot of news about sex crimes in India. Don't ask for help when you get in trouble because you did it for your own financial gain. These girls don't know how to respect other cultures. They won't have anything to say even if they get stoned.
Stoning? Does that exist in India?
I have no idea.
If these girls tell them that they are from Korea, Indians will think Korean girls are easy, so they would do anything to Korean girls.
Okay, these comments are pretty ignorant.
Okay, first of all, this is like in broad daylight.
And they're on stream. Like, thousands of people are watching
military officers nearby and stuff like that. Yeah. So it's like, I don't know what they think of Indian people, but I don't think anybody on this planet is that dumb to committing any crimes in front of camera, in front of all this big crowd.
As Danny said, I don't think there's anything that dangerous about that particular situation. These girls knew what they were doing. They were doing it in broad daylight.
Is it
doing it for fun?
Disrespectful disrespectful.
For the culture thing, no. Like
I don't know Indian culture.
yeah,
but
if it was
like,
in front of like the Taj Mahal, or like if they were in a sacred
no,
place.
they were
or-
just in some public place.
Yeah, if they were just on the streets, I mean.
I gotta say, like, these girls are very brave in the sense that I wouldn't be able to dance in public in a foreign country like that.
In the first place, what's wrong about doing sexy dances in public? And then there's that motorcycle couple that
Yeah,
did the bikini ride.
We'll
during
talk
the rain.
about that in KST.
They
we already
actually
did.
went to the police.
But-
so Korea is one of those places.
Yeah, actually, you know what? Korea is one of those places. So be careful, guys. Don't wear thongs in the streets. On to the next news. Hyuna and Dawn are leaving PNation, and PNation is doomed. Hyuna and Dawn are officially out of PNation. In a statement released on August 29th, PNation announced that the exclusive contracts to Hyuna and Dawn have expired and were left unrenewed. The couple was one of the first artists PNation signed after they have left Cube due to their relationship going public and causing a big scandal. Now, after a 3-year stint, they are leaving. The past couple of months have been probably quite painful for the label PNation because in July, the label also lost Jessie as she chose not to renew her contract as well.
그럴 수도 있죠.
So the 3 biggest artists apart from Psy, the CEO of the label, have left. And this has made some fans wonder what goes on behind the scenes that makes these artists want to leave. Especially since for the past few years, PNation had a great image. And you know, whenever somebody causes trouble or somebody's kicked out of an idol group, they're like,
PNation save them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
PNation should hire them.
Yeah.
Now maybe we can look at the label in a different light. I don't know.
Can you even call it a label if it doesn't have any artists?
It has artists. Some fans actually dug up interviews of Hyuna saying that Psy was very hands-on and controlling in the creative direction of her music. And this led to netizens developing theories that artists wanted to break free from Psy's control and they just
Okay.
wanted to do their own stuff. Others have suggested that Hyuna and Dawn did not have big enough hits to recoup the cost of production during their stint in PNation, so maybe PNation was the one that didn't want to renew. They're all rumors and speculations. Now, as of now, you said there's only Psy, but actually there's 6 artists
Wow.
remaining in PNation.
Really?
Psy,
Okay.
Crush, Haze,
Oh.
Penomeko, Swings, and their boy group called TNX.
Newly
That's-
debuted.
That's their current situation. So I wouldn't say like they're doing terrible, but I would say Jessie was probably like their biggest artist apart from Psy. Why do you think PNation has a low rate of contract extensions? They have 0 extensions so far.
Honestly, how
There's
should
3
I
people
know?
that left. 4 artists left.
I do have to admit that it sounds very convincing about the part that Hyuna and Dawn were not able to recoup the cost because like their hits, I don't know if they were that big. I don't really remember what they did. That would be one thing. Or maybe Hyuna and Dawn are just like out to seek for freedom. You know, they seem to be in a more liberal state.
I feel like they should set up their own label. You know?
I feel like they're just gonna like retire.
Be just mom and dad.
Models, yeah. That's the vibe I'm getting. As for Jessie, I think she just grew out of the label.
She got too big.
Yeah, she is her brand herself. Discontinuing contracts, it doesn't mean it always has to be bad.
Yeah,
So,
artists change their labels.
Yeah,
quite
some
especially
other-
veteran artists.
yeah, other
can change
companies
their
can
labels.
approach them and give better offers, or they might want to go independent. So, there might be several reasons. So I think it's kind of quite useless to speculate unless we have some kind of proof or interviews, evidence pointing at something.
Evidence was Hyuna's interview saying
Yeah,
that,
that-
Psy does a lot of like he's really
Well,
super
when she was
hands-on.
in the label, that could be viewed in a good thing.
cares about the stuff.
Change of perspective,
Yeah.
you know. But I do have to admit, when Jessie Hyuna was in Psy's label, the songs that came out, maybe it was just a global trend,
No,
but it,
Nunna was really good.
yeah, but it did seem very focused on viralness.
They make TikTok songs.
Right. So Psy is basically the
TikToker.
TikTok father. TikTok before TikTok. It's
Actually,
a YouTube viral
His
hit.
Gangnam Style is essentially like a TikTok
Exactly.
song.
Yeah, I get the lineage going on there, but maybe they were tired of the style. Who knows?
On to the next news.
So we have a lot of news here. Actually, 3 in 1 about
Okay.
BTS, and every single one of them is very toxic. It's a headache. So starting with the Busan news, ever since BTS was selected as ambassadors for the bidding of Busan World Expo, BTS agreed in doing the largest concert ever in Korea with an estimated audience of 100 300,000 in Busan for free.
와, 잠깐만요.
This is all great, but there have been many problems, such as the local hotels rising accommodation prices during the concert period. Some even raised their prices up to 5,000 USD, and some Airbnbs popped up doing the same, the equivalent amount of prices. I should open my house.
Yeah, I
too.
think you should. Good, because I actually saw one listing for 1,000,000 won, which is like 8,000. That's crazy.
Maybe I should list mine.
Yeah,
Sorry,
no,
I'm not gonna.
No, that's a
For
good
a fair price
business.
for fellow armies. Yeah, and it has an ocean view, so nice. Okay.
That's 8,000 right there.
Many people got text messages that their bookings were canceled and that they had to reserve again with higher prices. This is definitely illegal, but the city first didn't see this coming, thus did nothing to prevent the situation, and even afterwards simply just warned the accommodations to not do such actions. And after the backlash became so big, Busan City did take a step forward, and they said they would collaborate with the Fair Trade Commission to fix the tyranny of these hotels. But even if this is solved, there are more hurdles, as numerous netizens are complaining that the venue, Ilgwang Beach, where the concert is going to take place, is not suitable for a concert of that size. Many locals pointed out that the infrastructure around, such as public toilets, restaurants, etc., are not sufficient. Plus, the road to get to the place is very narrow, which is already jammed with traffic on normal weekends. I've been
fun.
there. It's crazy.
Really?
Like, yeah, it's jam-packed. It's a bottleneck. Ilgwang Beach, it's like in
I've
the
never been.
outskirts. That's exactly why other people are complaining, because it's not exactly a populated area of Busan. It's very far away from the mainstream. So people are wondering why the city placed the concert venue there in the first place. Like, it's so random.
Right.
Like, they could do it in Haeundae, they could do it in
Right.
Gwangalli. Like,
There's
why
like huge beaches
Ilgwang
everywhere.
Beach?
아니죠.
Yeah, so people are saying that it's better to go to Ulsan and get cheap accommodation and head down to the venue,
Yeah,
actually,
yeah.
because the location is pretty much the same distance. On the other hand, many netizens are concerned about the entirety of the concert itself and are demanding to just cancel it as a whole.
Wow,
Or
fun police.
yeah, or relocate it to a more realistic location like a baseball stadium or a football stadium, stuff like that. I mean, I get these people because they're literally concerned about Busan's image, BTS's image, the success of the concert, the
Right.
safety, all those factors, and they know it's going to be a disaster. So they're like, let's prevent this. Like, we cannot make this happen. Just cancel it or relocate it. What do you think?
Okay, so first of all, I don't think the cancellation itself is illegal. I believe it is legal, but they have to just pay twice the accommodation fees. If it was $100 and they're spiking up to $4,000,
Yeah.
they just pay the customer that originally booked it $200, and then they'll be fine. They're not legally really bound to anything.
Yeah.
Ethically speaking, yeah, maybe morally, but not legally. I don't think there will be too many issues, which is why Busan can't really do anything.
Fair
Saying
trade.
stuff like, "Oh, Fair Trade Commission," blah blah blah, but they're not gonna do anything. They can't control the prices. I know why they're doing it at a beach.
At a random beach. I mean, it's not random, but a far away beach.
I don't know why they're doing it at that beach particularly. I never been there, so I don't know. But like, maybe it's because fewer people visit that beach. Is it true?
Yeah.
Less, like complaints from local businesses, maybe because like there's like crowds everywhere and like it's making a mess. This is off the record, but now it's on the record. Well, there was this one very big K-pop group, which I will not name, that planned to do a concert in Brazil. That was supposed to be their big finale concert at the end of their world tour, which did not happen because of COVID. But it was supposed to be like the biggest K-pop concert ever, and it was supposed to be on a beach. I actually talked about this like 3 years ago on DK News. They couldn't do that, right? But they still want to do something like that. I feel like that's part of the vision. I don't know why that leads to BTS doing the concert on the beach, but you figure it out.
어?
Well, why not do it on Haeundae or Gwangalli?
Yeah, that's the confusing part, but my only explanation is that more logistically difficult, maybe, because
I don't know. A lot of people are speculating
I
that
don't know.
there are some connections, ties, like some
like local
nasty stuff going on behind the scenes.
local politicians
Yeah.
probably have like land or some
Yeah,
sort of
yeah, yeah.
business
Actually,
there.
people are digging up the mayor's properties,
I
and there
kind of
is
feel like that might be the
yeah,
case.
there is property next to that place. So
But before we go on, I want to ask people, do people care about the World Expo? Like, is this a big deal?
I mean,
Do you-
cities do.
Do you know
Cities
where
do.
the last World Expo was held?
No.
What even is the World Expo?
Hey, it's a nice thing.
You don't even know what
No,
it is.
it's where you.
I
It's,
don't give a shit about this World Expo. And they're like, oh, this is gonna bring in like 30 times the Olympics, economic
that's what
effect.
cities do.
And guys, name like the last place,
I know
last
you might-
two cities that did the World
I know
Expo.
you might think like that, but the competition bidding countries right now, cities, Dubai is actually building an artificial forest in the middle of the desert using 60조,
60 billion.
$60 billion to get this expo.
Why?
Dubai.
This looks like a big money laundering scheme for rich people.
Maybe.
I mean, like,
maybe.
like where was the last World Expo? You don't know.
I don't know, but if there
You're
was
not the audience. Who goes to these World
like
Expos?
these companies usually go and trade people.
trade people.
No trade people.
Trade.
Okay. Anyways, for me, my stance is that Busan people, if you are proud of your country and BTS, and if you want the World Expo at least a little bit, it's going to benefit you in the long term if we get it. You should know how to act ethically.
Clearly, they do not know how to act ethically.
Don't try to get fast cash grabs. Look for the long run. Look for the development of the city.
And the sad part is like this is supposed to promote their city, but it's just showing how like
That's
terrible. Of a
That's
city it
exactly
is.
what the netizens are saying. That's exactly
It's
what
like
people
going-
are saying. Like, we all want this one agenda to World Expo to
You know-
happen.
you know the
and we have
lesson.
to show the world that Busan is a great place. But because of this, it's ruining its reputation. And there's like numerous news coming out already. To be honest, I'll be totally honest.
You would do the same.
No. No. About the World Expo, I mean, it's kind of lame that Busan is trying to exploit BTS for this.
Yeah.
Like the other countries that are doing their own stuff, they're using their cultural heritage. They're putting out social messages. They're putting out like a sustainable, development goals, stuff like that. And they're presenting it to the world for these World Expos, for the bidding.
We're very shallow.
As much as I love BTS, I feel like Busan City is just eager to use them for the clout and like
Obviously.
attention only. So Busan has so much to offer. You need to focus on the intrinsic values of the city and what Korea can
Baseball.
provide. And BTS is one of them, but it's not really representative of Busan. Like, you could technically say like 3 members are from the area, but then like all the members are all
We're
from
the
other
Korean
area.
Peninsula.
Yeah, exactly. So it just feels very, low that the politicians are trying to
Yeah.
drag in BTS and like for free. I hate BTS being dragged into political situations. Speaking of, the next one is exactly about this. Another frustrating situation with BTS involved. Yesterday, the Minister of Defense stated that he ordered a swift nationwide poll with a deadline, probably in the time frame of 3 months, to survey about BTS's military service. The minister said that this is not a simple issue since social agreement needs to precede any decision about BTS's military service. At the same time, as there are arguments about BTS's beneficial effect to Korea and its economy, politicians are urging the poll to be conducted quickly. However, this action brought immediate backlash upon people, as many pointed out that why should this even be a national poll when the law clearly states that every human being is equal and should do their responsibilities.
Yeah.
So-
I kind of agree.
Yeah, and as for the pre-existing exemption laws upon classical musicians, Olympians, etc., many people seem to be in consensus that Korea should get rid of these privileges as a whole, since the nation no longer needs to boost its global recognition through sports and arts.
Right.
And nobody's gonna care about like who gets gold medal in archery or bobsleigh
luge.
or luge.
Yeah.
It's great to have gold medals, but does that really boost the
And I hate
nation's
those
status?
comments that are saying like, oh, what about the Olympians? Okay, Korean people don't want the Olympians to get exemption either. No one should get exemption.
So others argue that BTS was just an extremely lucky case among every other idol, and that it would be unfair to exempt one particular group that simply pursued their own interest of gaining success and achieved it at the end, giving an exemption for that. Anyways, it is a fact that the public's opinion seems to worsen every time the issue is discussed. So the biggest victims here are clearly BTS themselves, who are probably not able to speak publicly about the matter. Yeah, it's very frustrating for them. I can just
Are they
imagine.
Victims?
I think they're
I don't know
victims.
if they're victims necessarily.
I think they're definitely victims. They're caught in this crossfire of politicians trying to like please the people.
The
and
thing
like,
is, though, like to even like have a chance of possibly discussing your military
my
exemption
point of view
is actually a
so my
privilege.
point of view. So my
know?
scenario is that they said they are going to go.
That was 3 years ago.
They clearly said that.
2 years
and
ago.
they were firm about that. And Suga even stated that in his lyrics. So I know that they're crystal clear about their stance. They want to go. This is all inside my head, but definitely politicians, Korea, HYBE, all these interest companies don't want them to go because it's against their profit. And of course, BTS, as they're obliged to contract and stuff like that, they can't really speak about this matter because like even if they
Really?
want to go, the company pressures them. If the country pressures them,
I
so
disagree.
my perspective is that they're held captive in this whole matter, and like the more people are like talking about their exemption and blah 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 blah, their image goes down 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 down. And like the people that don't know much about BTS and what kind of people they are, they're just like, oh, these people are trying to get their way out of the military. It's a shit show.
People say they said they're gonna go. Well, that was quite a while ago, actually. That
Yeah.
was like 2 years ago. Things have changed. Actually, I think it was Jin or somebody said that our stance is the same as HYBE stance.
Of course.
Then, like, what is the public gonna think? They don't want to go. Like,
So that's why I'm calling them the victims.
They're not necessarily the victim. I mean, like, they're BTS. What are you talking about? They're not
They
like
bring
helpless
in
hostages.
millions
in this...
of dollars.
Yeah, they're not
to a
helpless.
company.
So like they
And
they
there are
have
shareholders.
The power. They have the power.
No, they don't.
Over the company.
I'm
because
sorry, but that's not how
what do you
entertainment
think?
companies
What
work.
do you think HYBE would be without BTS? Nothing. So
That's exactly proving my point.
So exactly. So they're the ones that have power to do whatever they want.
No.
They can like it doesn't matter. Like if they can move to another company, they'll still be BTS. HYBE won't be HYBE.
I'm sure they have some sort of power, like deciding on their solo activities and taking a little bit of rest and
So
stuff,
you would
stuff
think
like that, and
like,
creative
Bang
freedom.
PD would have more power than BTS, and
It's not even Pang PD anymore. It's like all the shareholders that are invested in HYBE and the capital investments and like every entity that is involved.
whether they want it or not. Okay, let's not even talk about that.
Yeah.
The
I
fact.
think that's the most important thing here.
Okay.
Nobody's talking about.
Well, then why don't they talk?
That's exactly
I don't
what I said.
understand
Their-
why they
their mouths are
don't
sealed.
say anything.
Time-
Say they wanted to go, like they said.
Remember
2 years
last
ago.
time what
then why
happened?
don't they say they want to go?
Remember
Why
last
don't-
time what happened when they said they're going to do solo activities? You sold your stocks
Yeah,
minus
well,
50%.
I don't care. Okay, that's my fault.
That was like billions
I'm
of
not
dollars
gonna
melting
blame-
in a day.
Why don't they say if that's their true opinion? Why don't they say
Because
it now?
because of that, they say
Because
something and the
the
market
stocks are gonna
crashes,
crash?
and like the whole world shakes.
If they're gonna do a poll on this, I would assume that they asked. This is not some random like local politician trying to gain some clout. This is the Minister of freaking Defense. This is like the highest guy in the freaking military.
There's a guy
There's-
above him too,
president. Yeah,
and
well,
there are guys above the president too. That's
who's
how
that God?
that's how nations work.
No, but I'm saying
They're all funded by.
I'm saying what, Freemason, Illuminati. What I'm saying is, if it's like someone that high up, they're not gonna just say some stuff to gain some popular opinion. I mean, they might. I'm sure there was some communication between the company or maybe even BTS themselves before they, decided to come out with the statement. I would hope that those people are not as dumb and clueless as they're just gonna I don't care what they think. I'm just gonna say we're gonna do a poll anyway. I don't think they would do that.
No, politicians are very sly people, and they will do anything they can without consent of
Okay,
people.
I don't
to
trust
get-
politicians either, but don't you think like if this person is going to talk about something like this, they would have at least
like,
had
you-
some sort of communication
You never
with the
know
company?
what's going on with
Are you
politicians.
serious?
This could be a whole cover-up scheme for another agenda for the military.
Oh, wow.
Things.
Whatever it is, personally, I believe they had already communicated, and this is, I don't know what BTS wants or maybe HYBE wants, but this is like the popular
I
opinion
just
within
know-
that group. This is them trying to push forth for exemption, like essentially. That's the end goal of this. And the thing is, that's a very big privilege. I know like people are saying, oh, they contributed so much, but law is law. Constitution is constitution.
I literally remember a video of you saying when I said law is law. Oh, law is made by
Okay.
congressmen and it's flexible. And
Okay,
that was when I
okay,
was talking
shut the hell
about
up.
weed.
와 잠깐만요.
Are you done?
No. So constitution is constitution. If we're talking about weed, okay, we can talk about like legalizing, abolishing the law. Then that's fair. But if it's like, well, you guys can smoke weed because you're special, then that's kind of like if a certain group of people privilege. Last thing I want to say, okay, I'm very disappointed that this is even a matter of discussion. Our country is at a very dire state. People are not having kids. We're gonna have like a huge fall off within the next 2 years of available men for military enlistment. I think the topic of discussion should be how do we like recover, or how do we like damage control that, instead of like, do we send these celebrities to the military or not?
We can discuss about that.
Yeah.
But this is that, and that is that.
This is the thing that they decide to do a national poll on. I think that is not something that
actually this is sparking up more agendas like should females enlist to the military.
I think so too.
A lot of people are protesting about that now because of this. The whole agenda of like all people are equal, are diminishing population, the military forces going down. I personally think modern warfare is not controlled by the number of people, but it's
also not controlled by the gender equality.
But anyways, I think Danny is done. I think this is going to be a long episode, so I'll just cut it here. Sorry people who have been saying like I've been gagging Danny's mouth recently, but
okay, you include everything.
I just want
by the way, it's not Danny, it's Donald.
Okay, Donald Trump. Just want to say, bottom line, there are 7 individuals there. No matter what they want to say, they're pressured by multiple factors, and they have public statuses, and they know their impacts, and they can't say everything freely what they want. They can't even freaking date freely. Like, I just feel so bad for these guys. Their opinions are not on the table. It's just a whole shit show among politicians and people and everyone. Just like, people need to shut up about this military case once and for all, and the only way to do that is the last means. A national poll by democracy, by majority.
But this is not democracy.
I know, but
like, why are we
people,
changing the law for a certain group of people?
I know, but
on a national popular poll.
This talk has been going on for like years now.
Okay, so you want this to be the end all be all? Like, this decided.
Yeah.
To shut everybody up, let's do a national poll, like a vote, like an election.
Okay.
Wow, but imagine being BTS.
Yeah,
and watching that thing, like polls, like ratings, and they're open. But if they majority says they gotta go, then they gotta go.
Yeah, of course. By law, they have to go anyway. So.
Yeah, they have to go. Then nothing's changed.
So the only surprising result is going to be when
them not going.
Yeah, the majority says, "Oh, they don't have to."
How many percent?
And then the talk will proceed. But if the national poll just says like, "Oh, they have to go," then it'll shut down everything, and they'll just have to go. No, this is too much. Let's continue this in KST. Okay, like this is getting too long.
Okay.
Juwon's going to die today.
하나, 둘, 셋!
So
it's okay.
So speaking about BTS being victims, last but not least, it's about BTS V and Jennie's recent dating rumors.
Oh, I have a lot to say about this.
Oh no, stop. So there are alleged couple photos coming out. And an anonymous person, I'll just call him A, came out.
G, let's call her G.
Whatever. This anonymous person called G claimed that he or she leaked the photos, would stop leaking them from now on after receiving many messages from important people.
Maybe the president. Or Bang PD.
Or higher up.
Oh, God.
And this person, G, emphasized 3 things. First, that the already leaked photos were not edited in any way. Second, legal representatives are required to only speak the truth, which means that in the forthcoming, future legal discussions or whatever statements that's out through a lawyer or whatsoever, it's going to be only speaking facts. And third, related people know that there are more photos and actually have them. I don't know what related people are, but maybe friends, acquaintances of BTS V or Jennie. And this G claimed that he or she had contacted Jennie several times but could not get any replies.
No surprise. Like, look at
this person has a high ego.
This person's thinking like they're gonna slide into her DMs or some shit.
I slid into Jisoo and V's DMs a couple times and also, the G showed some boldness when fans asked whether he or she was not scared of being sued, answering, "Let YG and Big Hit Music sue me. It would only take a week if they decided to sue me." Meaning, what are they waiting for? I would already been sued if they wanted to. YG put out a statement actually, but it did not explain the dating stuff. They just said, Jennie has a lot of schedules in New York.
Didn't V also go to New York recently?
Yeah. A lot of people think he or she is a hacker. BTS V and Jennie dating rumors. The whole country is talking about cybersecurity and hacking threats. Like, this
Really?
is the impact they have.
I heard nobody talk about
No, people
cybersecurity.
are literally talking about
really?
cybersecurity right now and
Oh.
like protecting company, what do you call them, assets.
But the thing is, like, how do people hack into iCloud accounts?
Yeah, so a lot of people are talking about hacking. A lot of
Yeah.
people are talking about there's a mole among the private account followers. A lot of people are saying that this person is just Delulu and just wants attention and clout, so they're just like all faking this shit up.
Well,
A lot
I
of
think
pe-
they want cloud, yeah, for
yeah,
sure.
and a lot of people are saying still it's fake photos. It's
I-
very neatly photoshopped.
No. G is terrible, but I don't want to say too much because I'm worried that G might hack my account.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't want to say too much.
You said you had a lot to say about this topic.
No, now that I think about it, I'm kind of scared.
Yeah, at the end, it all goes to the same message. Like, why does this all matter? I mean, if they're dating, they're dating. Let them
Yeah.
be happy. Like, why are people making
But-
all the fuss? The only conclusion I get to is like, oh, it sucks to be
Yeah.
a high-profile celebrity.
And
No
these
life, no
are the
privacy.
photos. Like, you probably have more photos. I feel so scared, and I hope this never happens to me ever.
Yeah, I feel so bad for her.
I don't know if I'd want to be
Exactly.
that
Exactly.
big of a celebrity.
Yeah.
Ever.
Can you?
No.
What
does
are you
it even
worried
freaking
about?
matter? If you want to hear more from me, go to patreon.com/DKDKTV. We do 1 hour live streams every single week where we talk in depth more about these topics.
You can watch parties with us of Friendcation where V comes out. Oh yeah,
Bye.
that was it for today. Very much controversy. Put your opinions down in the comments. I think the comment section is going to be crazy. I'm already getting mental stress.
Yay.
For that.
I love crazy comments.
I'm not going to look at the comment section today.
I just-
don't cancel us. Okay, bye.